Hello everybody, Brett back at Altitude Scale Modeling with another Sprue review. This time a new release from Eduard, Gunn's Bunny. Obviously you can't name it what it really is because that would cause a licensing issue. But we know what it really is. Beautiful box art. 72nd scale, B-25J strafers in the Pacific. And it's kit number 2139. I don't do many 72nds, but something about a B-25 is just amazing. So, you get 10 schemes to choose from. Now, I have personally ordered, because Eduard sells, of course I might be able to think what they're called now, but extra Sprue sets. Or you just get the sprues in a box, no instructions, no nothing. And they do that for situations like this, where you've got so many schemes that you'll just have extra decals laying around. So I've ordered that. I've ordered 2 of those, so at least I can use 2 more of the schemes. Let's see what we got in the box. Now this is Hasegawa's 172nd B-25. If I can get it open. So, it should be pretty good. Made in Japan, imported by Eduard. Everything's in one bag. And you got your instructions, you got your photo etch, got your resin wheels, you got your mask, you got your decals. And like I said, one bag, sorry. So I'm just going to cut it open, everything out. One little piece of plastic in there that, my luck, would be something important, so we'll save it. And we shall start with fuselage. And it is typically beautiful Hasegawa plastic. I don't know what the release date on this kit from Hasegawa is. I'm sure you can find it on ScaleMates. But it is a decent size. Oops, let's get on in here. And it has very nice recessed detail along the fuselage, engine nacelles, fuselage, some other parts, doors and such. Inside, nice ribbing detail. Inside doors look very nice with no, actually there are a couple of ejector pin marks in those. Won't take too much to clean them up though. Insides of the doors, the ladders, the boarding ladder doors. And inside the nacelles, which you're not going to see. So, good looking sprue number 1. Sprue number 2 should be the wings, which have decent amount of rivet detail on them. Looking good. So, panel lines, control surfaces, there's some rivet detail. Tops of the wings. Bottoms of the wings, same thing. Good detail, good rivet detail. Inside, again, always do a dry fit and check to see if these ejector pin points are standing up and you need to clean them up. Wings are good. Here we've got the tails, the elevators, vertical stabilizers, wheels, hubs, seats, landing gear legs, guns for the sides of fuselage, a couple bulkheads. So these are one piece. The rest of these are not. And they're looking really nice. Guns look really nice. You can get some metal barrels for these from Master Barrel if you want to replace them. And I might. Depends on my mood. Whenever I get around to building it. There you go. There's the tails. Or one piece, like I said. It looks like this one's got a little bit of flash right there. Not nothing to be worried about. Seats. More seats. Front wheel. Bulkheads. More machine guns for the front. Obviously they're not hollowed out because they've got ejector pin points on the front. Other side, another good looking side of the bulkhead. Guns look good on both sides. Tire looks good, but you get resin ones anyway. So, again, same thing here. Make sure you're all smooth with a dry fit. And we have matching sprues, which has the engines, cowls, the main wheels, more guns, bomb, one bomb, and the prop. Prop looks good, no burring. Engines look nice. I'm sure there's some Eduard details for the engine, probably in here. Cowl, bomb parts, the fins, more guns, bomb halves, other side of the engine, other side of the guns. All looking good. 2 sprues of that. This sprue has a wing spar. And looks like more gun barrels, and then the strafing nose, because the strafing nose, there are 8 guns pointing at the front. So, wing spar, which is also part of the bomb bay detail. So that's why you've got detail on the firewalls or the bulkheads. And gun barrels, going to be for the nose. And the nose itself. Okay. Clear parts were or are separately bagged. And it looks like some grommets for the wheels or the spinners. Or both. Rubbery plastic. Clear parts. Very good clear parts. No problem at all. Even the turret looks good. And there's a mask sit in here because you're going to want it. Made in Japan, imported by Eduard, Czech Republic. Put that back. That back. So, let's start with some of the goodies. So, resin wheels and tires. They are weighted. They have a very nice tread pattern. And they are weighted on the bottom where you're going to cut it off. Same with your front. Obviously these were tires for landing in a non-paved runway and airfield. Okay. Photo etch. I was right. There are some engine wiring parts and other parts for various parts of the aircraft. And your instrument panel, seat belts, side panels, rudder pedals. Your typically wonderful Eduard photo etch. And your mask, which covers your wheels, tires, canopy. Okay. Decals. You have your stencil data. These are in a resealable bag. These are Eduard 2022 decals. And they look nice. You've got all your different schemes. I have not decided which one I'm doing yet. I will more than likely do the Bugs Bunny for sure, just because I grew up with Bugs Bunny. The dragon one looks cool. The bat looks cool. They do have a big bat one. There's your Bugs Bunny that you're not allowed to put on the box. So, yes. Your basic decals look very nice. I don't know if they're the ones you have to remove the top layer of film, or you could remove the top layer of film. And your stencils. Quite a few of those. And your instrument panel decals. Okay. And lastly, we have a very nice instruction sheet from Eduard. Oh, my blue background moved. Okay. You got a little bit about Pappy Gunn, the main person this build is about. How he turned bombers into strafers. Very interesting read. Sprue map. Starting with fuselage halves. Bulkheads. Parts you're going to remove for PE. Parts are in red. If you're going to remove them for the PE. Your throttle quadrant, your wheels, your tires, your gear, your harnesses. Putting your whole cockpit tub and floor together. Wing spars with the top of the bomb bay. There's one of your gun assemblies going together. Side walls for the front gun area, which since it doesn't have a glass nose, well, that's actually the cockpit area, so you'll see all that. Boarding ladder you can have down. That's on the ground. We put them together? No. Okay, now we're putting them together. Hasn't said anything about weight yet. Marking B gets C8. None of the other markings get those guns, apparently. Your landing gear, which, because it's just a one-pin thing, you could be able to do, depending on how this part fits in there. You'll have to check that. Engines going together and wiring, and I'm telling you how to do the wiring harness. It does not say anything about weight in the nose or any other area, but I would put weight in it just to be safe. So these markings get certain things this here, while the other ones don't. And you're going to glue an antenna fiber, maximum of 0.6 millimeter diameter between those two, and install it. Definitely do that at the end. Same here for your wiring your antenna. And you got your wings, your tail, and everything on, and finally masking up, which you've got to mask for the tails and for your turrets, your canopy, your wheels, and then you're just going to go through and decide what scheme you want. A, Okinawa 1945. B, which gets the side cannons, India. C, Philippines. D, another Philippine one. E, which is also a Philippine one. And there's actually a mask for, looks like the tail maybe? Or, I don't know. I have to look more into that if you build this one. But it does come with a mask for part of the painting. So does this one. And it looks like to be part around the bat wings. And then F is Okinawa, G is Okinawa. A couple more. Another Philippines one. Another Okinawa one. And this looks like it had the guns taken off. Side guns. And then lastly, another Okinawa one. Your stencil data, and you are complete. 10 different ones to do. You decide. Do like I did. Buy the overtrees. That's what it's called, overtrees. Buy the overtrees if you can to use up some of your other decals. Thanks for watching. Get your ass to the bench and build yourself a nice kit. Any nice kit. Whatever kit makes you happy. Build it. Thanks for watching.